I got a little piece of jewelry here, and let's do a Warzone video here. The sun's just starting to come out, so it's pretty low on the horizon, so I might have a little bit of problems with my videos from here on out. So I got this little piece of jewelry. This is the first piece of jewelry I found with the Anfibio. I had my 5-inch double D coil in the dump there, and this was just sitting right on the surface. I just scraped it a little bit, and it just poked right out. The jewels just poked right out in the dump. Right, really old jewelry. You know. Anywhere's fine, right? I'm in the war zone. I'm in a really trashy area, so I'll just bury this at about 2 inches, 1.5 inches, right there. Actually, I'll sweep over it to show you what it sounds like first, right? It read up as 20 when I was in the dump there. I had my 5-inch concentric coil in there too, or 5-inch double D coil, sorry. This little coil does really good for jewelry, man. This 7-inch concentric or 7-inch concentric coil does very well. And I'll test it against the Deus. How about that? I'll grab the Deus out and just put it in coin fast. I'll put it in 74 kill. Or not 74, 54, excuse me. This 9-inch concentric, this 9-inch high frequency coil only goes up to 54 kilohertz. And I will just Deus fast, number 3 program, discrimination 6.1, 14, I'll go to 31, actually 31 kilohertz. Kind of match it up with the Anfibio a little bit there. And my reactivity, I'll go down to 2.5 on there, right there. See, there's just no comparison, man. I can see how this test is going to go right here. Going to put that down there. About 1.5 inches deep or so. 2 inches deep. Just put it right there. I'll probably actually just leave it there. I'll squash it down there. Probably put a marker on it or something. Yeah, I'll put a marker on that. I've been putting markers above my targets here. It's right there. It's not hitting it now. I'll go up with my gain here. 3-tone. I'll crank it all the way up. It's just really jumpy. Just super, super jumpy. I'm just going to turn that machine off right now. And I'm going to put a marker above this right here. Just a plastic cap there. So I don't lose it right there. I'll try the Deus. I'm struggling with it a little bit. Squash that down a little bit more. There. I'm in 3-tone, so I can change that right now. My reactivity is 2.5. And I will go to expert, go to pitch tone. Raise it up a little bit here. Struggling with that one. It likes the tip of the coil there. Now I'll go to 54 kilohertz and it'll really spank it out. A lot of foil over here. That's a tough target to get. But I know if I bring in the 5x9 elliptical coil for the Deus, it'll really smack it out, because I can put in 74 kilohertz and it just smack it out. Because small jewelry, you know, the higher frequencies do really good. I'll try the MXT All Pro. I'll turn this off because the MXT All Pro is going to go crazy with it in 54 kilohertz. Crank it up to 8. Coin and jewelry, 0 discrimination. Ground balance. Just ain't gonna work. That's just iron. Oh, it's hitting it. It's hitting it. Oh man, it's hitting it. I can't believe it. No, it's not hitting it. I'll crank it up a little bit more here. Right on the threshold of boost. No, there's so much iron there. No. There's just too much big iron there for me to be up that high. There's just a lot. Tighten this up here a little bit so it won't wobble so much. Now it wobbles up here. I have a lot of hours on this MXT All Pro. That's just ain't gonna happen. I'll go in relic mode. I'll have to change it. Two-tone. Have the gain up way too high. Crank it down to 6. That's what you gotta listen for on the MXT All Pro. Those one-way targets, right? Horn jewelry. Ain't gonna do it. Waste my time. I'll try this jewelry here, right? Crank it up to 9. Coin and jewelry, 0 discrimination, right? Little earring, a sterling earring here. It's just like 2 inches. I'm just listening to tones, right? This isn't an air test. I'm just listening to tones. You know? Turn the Deus back on here. See what this sounds like. Just in Deus fast mode, just stock. I'm not even going to push any buttons, just stock. All right. Takes a second. Nice and tight. Long way away. 14 kilohertz. Turn that off. Turn the jewelry magnet on here. This is what I call this coil, the jewelry magnet, man. I've just gotten so much jewelry with this thing. It's just crazy. With this coil right here, the 7-inch concentric coil. Look at that smooth tone. You can't adjust the audio on the MXT All Pro. So you can adjust the audio on here, you can adjust the pitch, you can adjust the audio volume on each tone break or each tone. So there's a lot of settings that you can adjust here to get jewelry. On the MXT All Pro, there's really not much you can do to the audio to make it sound different. Sure, it does have multi-tones, the MXT All Pro does. The MXT Just the MXT and the Tracker E series and the 300, they don't have that button there for the multi-audio, and they don't have the ground grab either. Or actually, the Tracker E series does not have the backlight either. So the Tracker E series is pretty simple, very, very simple machines. The MXT All Pro is basically a simple machine anyway to run. But with that coil there, I really haven't used that coil much because it just doesn't perform in the trashy areas as good as the stock coil does. The stock coil performs, I think, the best on the MXT All Pro, the MXT series. Just like the MX Sport, you know, the MX Sport, actually the 7-inch, that 7-inch MX Sport coil is one of the best coils I've ever used, man. It can just do everything. It can go deep, it can go shallow, it can go get through the iron. You know, for the MX Sport, you know, it can get through the iron very good. It's one of the best coils that White's ever produced. And I've used a lot of different coils on a lot of different machines, and that 7-inch concentric, or that 7-inch double D coil, that's the coil that Jim uses in most of the videos that he swings around that coil. Actually, I gave that coil to him. It goes to my MX Sport, and he basically just swings that thing around just all the time, and he gets a lot of jewelry. Jim actually gets more jewelry than I do, and you know, that little 7-inch coil really performs well, and so does this 7-inch concentric coil on the Anfibio. It is a jewelry magnet. That's what I call this coil, because it's got me so much jewelry. I really swung it around a long time when I was swinging around my Simplex before the accessory coils came out for the Simplex. I was swinging around this Anfibio basically for months with this 7-inch concentric coil on there. I was getting a lot of jewelry, but now that the Deus is performing this well, you know, you saw that the Deus is performing very well with that larger coil on it. It performs very well with the elliptical coil, high frequency coil in there. But I do have my my 9-inch X35 coil coming in next week, so I'm going to be doing some testing on that and taking it out to the field and testing it. Hopefully, if the weather is going to permit. The last few days, actually the last week, it's been really, really wet, so I just haven't been able to get a lot of targets out of the ground. You know, I've been really struggling trying to get videos up. That's why I haven't had that many videos, posting that many videos, because I haven't found much. It just takes so long to extract targets out, and the ground is just so mushy. I have to pick spots that don't have too much water in them, so I can get some good videos down. Because when I'm in the mud, you know, my lens gets dirty, and all my equipment just gets muddy, and it just makes it hard to metal detect when it gets really pasty and muddy and just a swamp out there. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.